All right, so now we're going to write a hyperbola in standard form. How I know this is a hyperbola, and this is usually the question that I get at this point, is since I have two things that are being squared, it can't be a parabola. And since these numbers aren't the same, it can't be a circle, because the number's the same. That means you have a radius and the circle has to be straight. These numbers are opposite, so it could be an ellipse. But the reason it's not an ellipse is this subtraction sign. That's the only thing that changes between an ellipse and a hyperbola, is that subtraction sign. If this was addition, this would be an ellipse. That's honestly the only difference, okay? So we are going to double complete the square here. And this is not going to be fun. I'm just going to let you know that in advance. So my y's are together, so I've got 9y squared plus 18y. And I'm going to kind of color code this for you. My x's are together, I'll make those blue. Negative 16x squared plus 64x. And then I'm going to subtract, or add, 199 to the other side. All right, so that's what I have right now. Remember, to complete the square, your value in front of x squared and y squared have to be 1. So I'm going to take out a 9. So I've got y squared plus 2y. I'm going to take out a negative 16. So I've got x squared minus 4x is equal still to 199. Now I'm going to double complete the square here. So I'm going to complete the square with my purple equation here, my y's. So I'm going to take 2 divided by 2, square it. So it's going to be 1 squared, which is 1. So I'm going to add 1 to this side. However, over here, I have to add 9 times 1 because this 9 affects the 1 that I added here, okay? I'm going to do the same thing with my blue equation. I'm going to take negative 4, I'm going to divide it by 2, and I'm going to square it. So it's going to be negative 2 squared, which is 4. So I'm going to add 4 here. Over here, I've got to subtract 16 times 4 because, again, there's this negative 16 that I have to worry about out here, okay? So when I double complete the square here, I'm going to get 9. I'm going to have y plus 1 and y plus 1, or y plus 1 squared. Then I'm going to have negative 16. I'm going to have negative 2 and negative 2, or x minus 2 squared. And that's going to be equal to 199 plus 9 minus 64. So I believe my math is correct in my head. I think that's going to be 144. I'll check it later and make sure I'm right, but I think I'm right. Then we're going to divide everything by 144 because in a hyperbola, it has to be equal to 1. So divide by 144, divide by 144, divide by 144. So I end up with this. This reduces right here to 16, so it's going to be y plus 1 squared over 16 minus, this reduces to 9, so x minus 2 squared over 9 is equal to 1. Now, I know this is a hyperbola that goes up and down. And the reason I know it's hyperbola that goes up and down is because y is the leader, okay? So my center, just for our own sanity, is going to be at 2, negative 1. My vertices, my a value, is going to be the square root of 16. So I'm going to take the square root of 16, which again is 4. I'm going to add it to my y value, since 16 is underneath 4. So my vertices are going to be at 2, 3, and 2, negative 5. My covertex is b, so that's the square root of 9, which is 3. So my covertex is underneath x, so I'm going to go back to my center. I'm going to add 3 to 2, and I'm going to subtract 3 from 2. And then to find my focus, remember, I have to do a squared plus b squared. So you're basically just doing the opposite. You're just going to add these two numbers together. Equals c squared, so that'd be 25 is equal to c squared. This one works out very nicely, by the way. So I get 5 is equal to c. So my value for c is 5. Again, since I added 4 to my y value for my vertex, for my foci, I'm going to add 5 again to my y value. So it's going to be 2, 4, and 2, negative 6. And those are all your points that you have to have. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions, please, and I'll be on Zoom this week to help you out.